officials, Korean War veterans and their families. It's an honor for me to stand here at Incheon, where exactly 60 years ago, I participated in the bold and daring invasion planned by General Douglas MacArthur. The amphibious landing of our United Nations forces, which many said could not be done, had several strategic objectives. First of all, it cut off supply lines to the enemy, which had now captured almost all of Korea. Second, it completely surprised the North Koreans and changed their game plan. And third, it gave a huge boost to the morale of the South Korean military and civilians alike. As a young Marine corporal, I was an anti-tank assault unit leader with the 1st Marine Regiment of the 1st Marine Division. We landed our amphibious tractors, called Amtraks, in what it was called at that time Blue Beach, south Incheon. Amtraks are track vehicles that can move in the water from landing ship tanks and then continue to attack on land. The day before we landed, we were called to the deck of our landing ship and to receive our landing instructions. My team was assigned 1A, which meant that we would land across the enemy beach in the first wave of the first Amtrak. Not a very pleasant thought for a young 21-year-old person who had never been in combat. There's about a 30-foot tide in the Incheon harbor, and we were about 30 minutes late to the line of departure. Since the tide was going out, our Amtrak got stalled in the sand, and we had to crawl out of the Amtrak and walk across the open beach for several hundred yards. Fortunately, the enemy was surprised, and we did not receive any fire from the hills that day. However, after establishing the beachhead, the North Korean Army attacked us with both tanks and infantry. We were able to destroy most of their tanks by using 3.5 rocket launchers and our own tanks. In addition, the infantry had superior supporting arms to include artillery, air, and Navy support. On the way to Seoul, we were met with heavy resistance, but in the 10 days, we fought our way to the city across the Han and assisted in liberating Seoul from the North Koreans. I'd like to tell you about how some volunteer civilians that helped us. A young man about my age approached me and asked if he could be of help. I said of course, and he would joined our group, taking only sea rations and cigarettes in exchange for staying by our side under enemy fire. He dug foxholes. He started campfires, gave us directions, and on one occasion told me where some enemy soldiers were hidden in a village. I've never forgotten him, and it gave me such a good feeling about the folks that we were fighting for. When we left the Seoul area and boarded ships, we were unable to take our Korean volunteers with us. We were to go around the peninsula to Wonsan in North Korea. But we didn't know at that time where we were headed. Due to the secret orders on the ship, we went north and south for a couple of weeks while the ROK Army was making great progress along the east coast of the Korean Peninsula and into North Korea. When we finally arrived at Wonsan, there, at the exact spot where we landed, were all our Korean helpers who had come all the way across Korea to meet us. I have never understood how they knew where we were headed. They were brave, devoted, and wonderful. These young Koreans were of great help in achieving our mission. I would like to think that one or more of them is in our audience today. On behalf of all veterans, thank you for inviting us and our families to this great Incheon landing commemoration. The Republic of Korea has become a modern economic miracle. And I am glad that some of us were able to help make that success possible by driving out elements that sought to enslave a great nation. Thank you.